Hey everybody, Dallas again with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another video. This time we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 summer designer fragrances for this year. So normally when I do these videos, I combine designer fragrances and niche fragrances into one list and upload that. But this time I figured I would go ahead and do separate videos for each. So in a few more days, I'm going to be releasing my niche fragrances list. So if you're more interested in niche fragrances, definitely wait and go check out that video. Today though, like I said, we're going to be focusing on only designer fragrances. These are going to be my 10 picks for the summer. These are ones I'm going to be wearing the most. And these are ones that to me just have a summery feel to them. They're ones that I make a lot of memories with in the summertime. And these are going to be the ones I'm going to be wearing the most. So starting off with number 10, I'm going to go with Dior Savage. So this normally would probably be in my top 5 generally. However, as time has gone on, I've picked out some different fragrances I'm going to be wearing more than this one. I still wanted to include this one in the list, and this is a pretty strong number 10. In my opinion, this is a pretty solid list I've put together, and this one still had to make it in there. It's a very peppery ambroxan-based fragrance. It smells fantastic. Performance is extremely strong. I get over 10 hours longevity with it. A couple sprays will usually fill up a room for me, and outdoors, the sillage it casts is incredible. It can be smelled down the street sometimes. This is very strong stuff, definitely not a joke. It's a very mass-pleasing scent. It's one that a lot of people are going to like. There aren't really going to be any people that will dislike the smell of this. It just smells that pleasant. It has this like body wash, fresh out of the shower smell to it. It's really, really good for the summertime. That's going to be my number 10, Dior Savage. Going into number 9, I'm going with a cheaper scent. I got Tommy Bahama St. Bart's. So this is one that I've talked about quite a bit on my channel. This is one of my favorite scents, especially in that really cheap range. You can pick this one up for around $20 either online or in places like TJ Maxx, Ross, Marshalls, places like that. You can get this one for a really good price. And that just goes to show that more expensive fragrances doesn't always mean that they're better. I'm putting this one in front of Dior Savage, which retails for like over $100, and this one you can get for $20. So don't sweat it if you can't afford to pick up more expensive fragrances. It's not a huge deal. Just go with what you can afford. And this scent right here is one that a lot of people can afford, and it's a fantastic one. This one has lime, sea salt, tequila. It's a very tropical smelling, summery fragrance. Now the performance isn't the best, but for a scent of this price, that's really not a huge deal. It still gets the job done. You can spray it on heavily if you want to. You can carry the bottle around, or you can carry a sample of it around and reapply. It's just one that you can pull off really well in the summertime. I've done a full review on this one. This has made it in my cheap fragrances list. It's a really, really good scent, and as my number 9, Tommy Bahama St. Bart's. With number 8, I'm going to go with Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. So this is one that I've recently picked up within the last month or so. This fragrance gets talked about a lot. A lot of people say it's a great summer scent out of all of the Chanel Allure Homme line. People really tend to choose this one over like Allure Homme Sport Extreme, Allure Homme Sport, which I own both of those. There's also like Allure Homme Sport Cologne. A lot of people tend to choose this one. This one gets compared to a lemon meringue pie a lot of times, which is pretty interesting. I really don't pick up on that comparison as much as a lot of people seem to swear by it. I do kind of see, I guess, where they're coming from. For me personally, I don't really get it that much, but I do get that type of vibe from the lemon that this fragrance has. It's a very creamy fragrance. It's definitely a summer gourmand type of scent. It's got lemon, but it's also got vanilla, tonka bean, some other sweeter notes. So it's a really, really nice, sweeter scent for summertime. Those of you out there who aren't a fan of straight up freshies and you're more into sweet fragrances and you want something for summer, you're going to have to check this one out. This does the job really well. It's a really, really nice gourmand scent for summertime, and it's just a really nice one. Performance isn't really the best, and it is pretty expensive considering it's a Chanel. A lot of times these are not going to be at discounter, so you're either going to pay retail or you're going to be on the Facebook groups looking for them. You can still pick it up for a decent price, but it is still going to be on the higher end of designer fragrances. And really kind of getting into some of that lower end niche territory too, which is where I would rather put my money towards rather than buying a bottle of this, in my personal opinion. Again, a lot of people swear by this scent and they love it. For me personally, I like it, but it's not one of my favorites. It is still coming in at number 8 though, because it is a nice pick. It is Chanel Allure Homme Edition Blanche. Number 7, I'm going with Abercrombie Fitch First Instinct Eau de Toilette. So first of all, there are two versions of this scent. There's an eau de toilette and there's an eau de parfum, which is called Extreme. Personally, I like this one better. It's a little bit more light. It's a little bit more fresh. The Extreme does perform better, so if that's a deal breaker for you, definitely go with that one. But I personally like the lighter and more melon, citrusy take, which is this version, the eau de toilette. This stuff smells fantastic. It's a very light, fresh scent. Has a very young smell to it. There's a very prominent melon note, which gives it a very tropical smell. Definitely really great for younger guys out there. Just smells really nice. It's a great beach scent. It's a great casual scent. It's just one that really just straight up smells like summertime. It smells like nice weather. It smells like going to the beach and doing stuff that's fun. That's just really what this fragrance is all about. Definitely not a formal scent by any means, so don't pick it up for that reason. It's just a really good one for casual summer days when you just want to spray something on and go about your day. This is another one that's pretty affordable as well, around that $30-$40 range for a 100 ml bottle. Really easy to pick up, and performance not the best, this version anyways, but it's not awful either. It's about moderate, so it does get the job done. So again, that's my number 7, First Instinct. It's a really nice one for summertime. Number 6, I'm going with Invictus Aqua 2016. So originally another one that would be in my top 5, even probably within my top 3 in the past. Now it is getting pushed down a little bit just because this is a little bit more harder to find, this version anyway. And also just because, like I said, there are other fragrances I'm going to be wearing more than this one. Part of the reason why I like this fragrance so much is because of its performance. Typically with fresh aquatic fragrances, they don't really last that long. This one, on the other hand, this lasts a very long time. I get over 12 hours longevity. Projection is really solid also. This stuff is just extremely potent. With that strong performance though, it is synthetic, and that's a reason why this fragrance got so much hate when it was being produced in this formulation. There is the 2018 version, which is less synthetic, but this version got a lot of hate for being very synthetic. And yes, it is synthetic smelling. It is kind of off-putting to your nose if you smell it up close, but again, it does last a very long time. And for a summer fragrance, that's not something that you get all that often. For me, I like to wear this one when I go to the pool, because even swimming, it won't really wash off all the time. And I just like to wear it when I have a long day ahead of me in the summertime. You know, if I just hit myself with a few sprays of this in the morning, it's going to be going even at the end of the day. So it's very strong stuff. It's a very reliable workhorse fragrance for me for summertime. It's just very strong, and it just always works. It is a shame that they did reduce the performance a little bit in the 2018. Still not quite as strong, but it is a little bit more pleasing to the nose. It's a little bit more smooth, just without the good performance. But I do have a few bottles of this 2016 that I'm holding on to, and that's what I'm going to be wearing at my number 6 spot. Number 5, I'm going with Versace Man Eau Fraiche. So this is one of my first pickups. This is what got me into the game. This is what got me into collecting. This is one that I like to wear a lot. It's a really great casual scent. It's musky, it's citrusy, it's very pleasing, and it smells great. I get good performance from it as well. It lasts me throughout a whole day of wearing, so that's really solid. It's just a really nice scent. It's one that I'm always going to have with me in my collection. Like I mentioned, this is one that really started it out for me, and you know, it's one that I like to wear a lot in the summertime. It's really easy to wear. It's just a very pleasant scent. Prefer this one over the regular Versace Man 100%. They're completely different scents. This is more summer. Regular Versace Man is more of a fall and winter scent. It's got tobacco, saffron. This one has starfruit, citrus, musk, completely different scents, and I just love this one. So that's my number 5, Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Like I said, this one is one that I hold pretty close to myself, and the fact that it's still making it in my top 5, you know, even after, you know, a couple years of collecting and getting a lot of other fragrances, really says a lot. So this is one of my favorites. If you haven't checked this one out yet, highly recommend you do. Number 4, we have Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. So I think I'm actually getting rained on as I speak, but I'm going to try to finish this up. This basically takes that Dior Savage DNA and smooths it out. It rounds it out a little bit. It makes it a lot more wearable, a lot less scratchy and synthetic smelling. It's just a more perfected version of Savage, at least to me. This stuff smells fantastic. I prefer the smell of this to Savage. This doesn't perform as good though as Savage, but that's okay. I really enjoy the scent. This is one that I'm probably going to be reaching for more than Savage, just because, like I said, I like how it smells better. Yeah, it doesn't perform as good, but I don't always need a fragrance that's going to last as long as Savage does, so I'll be wearing this one more. Number 3, I'm going with Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. So this is another one that's kind of in that Savage carbon genre of scent, but to me this one is more different and more unique than both of those. This one takes that type of DNA, but it really makes it more unique with that Bulgari Aqua signature DNA that they have, that aquatic DNA. Savage, Dylan Blue, Prada Carbon, those aren't aquatic scents, but this one is an aquatic. This stuff smells fantastic. It really takes that ambroxan, mixing it with that aquatic DNA. It smells incredible. This also performs better than Savage on my skin, and like I said, I get really good performance from Savage. This one lasts even longer. This one projects more. This stuff is extremely strong, and it's really, really nice. It's a very unique scent. To me, it's the most unique out of all of those blue fragrances, and I really like this one. This is one that I wasn't a fan of at first. I mean, I liked it okay at first, but I never really wore it. But as time went on, I've started wearing this one a lot more, and Savage, and even more than Carbon. So this is my number 3, Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. Number 2, I'm going with Hugo Boss Reversed. So this is one that I've recently discovered, and I've tried to shed some light onto it in the community. This is a really, really nice scent. It's got bergamot, it's got vetiver. It's a very light, refreshing, crisp citrus fragrance. So I like to compare this one a little bit to Rossa Elysium. It doesn't smell necessarily like Elysium. It's definitely not a clone of it. However, it does have that citrus vetiver combination that Elysium has, so I like to put it in that same genre, but in terms of how alike they smell, they really don't. So don't buy this expecting it to be a clone of Elysium. It's not, but it does get you in that same ballpark. And this one you can pick up for around $40 for a 125 ml bottle, so to get close to that DNA is pretty nice. And my number 1, I'm going with Dior Homme Cologne. So this is one of my favorite designer scents and one of my favorites from the Dior Homme line. I love this stuff. You hear this one getting compared a lot to ice cold lemonade. It smells like a nice pitcher of sweet lemonade on a summer day. You're sitting on the porch, you're enjoying the nice weather. That's really the type of memories I get from this scent. It just smells amazing. There are a few other alternatives to this fragrance. There's Mercedes-Benz Cologne, there's Jimmy Choo Man Ice, and I think there's 1 or 2 more that I've seen. I still do plan on picking all of them up and doing a full-on like battle video comparing all of them together. Haven't got around to doing it yet, but I do plan on doing that sometime this summer. So if you're looking into the alternatives, make sure you stick around for that video because I'm curious too. Out of all of those, this one obviously is the most expensive one, being that this is a Dior fragrance. Around the $60, $70, $80 ranges what this one goes for online for the 125 ml bottle size like this one. It is up there in price, but to me, it's 100% worth it. Again, a lot of people are going to say it's not because of the performance, but I really don't care. I love the scent. So this is my number 1, Dior Homme Cologne, a fantastic citrus fragrance for summertime. So guys, that's going to do it. That is my top 10 designer fragrances for summer. Let me know down below which ones you're going to be wearing this summertime, and of course, make sure you stay tuned for the niche list, which will be coming up here pretty soon. So guys, if you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post. And that's it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.